So we're going to get right into it. Good to see you guys. Welcome back. If you're watching this on the replay, welcome in, and we're going to get into it. So Bitcoin's down big time. Michael Saylor, dare I say, the good guy, bad guy, however you want to look at him. But he says, and a lot of people are saying it's because of the IPOs that are coming up. He's saying Bitcoin's down because of that. So let's take a look at what Michael Saylor has to say about the IPOs and the reason why Bitcoin's down today. Take a look.
Let me just say a few words on the market right now. In the year 2026, there'll probably be $1 trillion of capital that's going to flow into AI and the hyperscalers. We can see it right now. In the last 3 months, in the next 3 months, $400 billion of capital is being raised by OpenAI, by Anthropic, by Google, by SpaceX. You're literally watching an $85 billion IPO in SpaceX, an $80 billion offering by Google. No one ever dreamed that the company generating infinite cash, Google, is going to go to the market and ask for 80 billion more. Anthropic's doing an $80 billion raise. So what you have right now is a massive capital rotation, $400 billion in just a matter of weeks rolling into AI. About 1% of that, $4 billion has rolled out of the Bitcoin ETFs over the past 14 days.
Yeah, that's facts. They've been selling off like it's nobody's business. I've been talking about that this week a lot. Especially BlackRock. They've been selling quite a bit. Now, Thursday, they were plus. They did buy some. But for the most part, let's see if Friday's in yet. Nope, it's not in yet. But look at Wednesday. They've sold off 5,300. Talking about BlackRock here. Tuesday, 5,800. And Monday, 6,100 Bitcoin. And then the rest of the younger or the smaller ones have been selling too. So, yeah, he's spot on with that.
You have a portion of capital. Clearly, people they're not financing the AI trade with all crypto assets, but 1 or 2% of the market is crypto. And there is a reallocation to get ready for these massive IPOs. That has created a downward pressure on the price of Bitcoin, which has fallen from 82,000 to 63,000 over those 15 days. I think everybody on X or on social media oftentimes loses their minds when the price falls, but it's not a complicated reason why this is happening. It's a massive vacuum. Every single investment bank on Wall Street is out there marketing the Anthropic deal, the OpenAI deal, the Google deal, the SpaceX deal, and everybody has got to come up with $400 billion of cash. And they're selling credit instruments, private credit, public credit. They're selling software as a service companies. Anything that looks stable, they're selling Bitcoin. They're rolling into the hot new issues. And that actually is the primary dynamic, I think, driving the market this week, this month, and it'll probably continue as long as these mega IPOs come. In the history of the world, there's never been $80 billion IPOs, and we're getting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be the biggest year of IPOs and equity issuance in our lifetime. How will the market react? You can see, I mean, there's just a massive amount of volatility. You know, sometimes things surging, sometimes they're crashing. I don't think any part of the market's immune to that.
Yeah, a lot of the markets are down, not just Bitcoin, and it makes sense when you look at it from an objective standpoint. Because some people say, "Oh, it's because the Saylor sold 32 Bitcoin," and all because Bitcoin is acting volatile because of the war, and all because of the economy, and it's because of this and because of that. I think he's run on point on that. Trent, what do you think about the IPOs and what Michael Saylor had to say?
Asked me 10 years ago if SpaceX IPO was going to happen, I would have shoved all my money into it. Yeah, I get it. People are rotating their VOO, their retirements, anything that is up, they're rotating into these IPOs because they have such a high upside that, the SpaceX IPO is overvalued and it'll still probably go up.
Right. BTC Backpacker, what do you think?
Well, I think it's it's just reallocation of capital in general, right? So you have individuals that is relocating capital. That's never going to stop. It's going to be a continuous thing within the life of any financial assets, right? That's including Bitcoin in its own, within its own right. But it is a unique situation. Yes, we have never seen this before. And I don't inherently think it's a bad thing. I think it's just, I think the thing we need to always remember is, you know, the markets are always going to ebb and flow. And with the ebb and flow, from a TradFi standpoint, they deal with that a lot different than us in Bitcoin do. We just continue scooping up. We just continue scooping up. Now, I'm talking about Bitcoiners like us. I'm not talking about paper hands. Okay, I'm not talking about fake Bitcoin. You know, iBit and all these other guys. Because as far as I'm concerned, that's fake. That's fake Bitcoin. But it's merely just reallocation of capital. And I think that we just need to seize the opportunities as they come. The one issue I do have, though, is that Bitcoiners have this bad tendency of fear mongering, or they always think that everything's going to be doom and gloom. A good portion of them. Not everybody's built how we are. Like I say, not every Bitcoiner is a Bitcoiner. So we see it. We see the opportunity. We run with it. But then you got the other Bitcoiners that are looking for the headlines, looking for the thumbnails, the titles, the whatever, this and that. And they're just adding fear and dumping fear into the market, which I don't think is good. But you're going to have them. We can't beat them. They're just going to do it. So, simply reallocation of capital.
Yeah, basically, when those IPOs take a profit and they say they double, they triple, they'll rotate back into our field.
Yes, I agree with both of you. And it's funny to me when I see all this money going into there, it's just showing that Bitcoin it's just a baby. It's so early. And from our standpoint, because everybody looks at something from their standpoint or perspective or whatever. And from our perspective, I heard you ask somebody this too, BTC Backpacker, on your show the other day. I think it might have been The Gambler or VHF, when you're like, yo, just curious, like, why do you have all this other basically crap besides Bitcoin?
It was the Gambler.
Yeah. And, you know, I asked that too, but to me, it's just all the indicators is, especially when I see the prices, people just don't understand what this thing is, you know. And as the price goes up, the cost of entry is going up because more people are in. But with that being said, I still think that TradFi is king right now still. That's why people are going to be doing these things. And even some Bitcoiners that are real Bitcoiners, quote unquote, are selling some to get in to buy the thing, so they think they can flip, you know, double, triple, like, you know, Trent said, to get back into our market. So again, we're still early. Me personally, I'm not doing it. I'm not buying any of the IPOs. I'm with you, Trent. 10 years ago, I would have been
Oh yeah,
doing a handstand outside of SpaceX, trying to get as many as I could back then. You know, full disclosure, I do have some some Tesla. And I got to be honest, there's a little part of me that does want to get a little piece of SpaceX, just because I know what it is for humanity. But what am I going to give to get it? Am I going to sell
get rid of
some?
your GameStop.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
because SpaceX has Bitcoin on the
Yes.
books.
Yes, they do. That's what actually, you answered my question, sir. This is why I love a mastermind group, by the way. Somebody will say something to you that you're not even thinking about. But yeah, so basically, long story short, we're still early in the game, and just take advantage, man. I mean, it's just on sale, and everybody's up in a roar, and everybody's got their panties in a bunch. But at the end of the day, sats are on sale.